The movie shows the extreme simplicity, workability, and simple use to build with Iberblock. The operator, who carries out the various stages of the movie, has never built a wall, but he has proceeded according to the instructions of the installation manual. The amount of clean water needed is approximately 1 liter per 4 kilograms of cold block. Prepare a bucket with water, pour cold block into the bucket and mix them with a low-speed mixer until mixture is creamy and without lumps. The consistency of cold block must be like a Duffy cream. While mixing, water and cold block can be added to get the required consistency. Once completed, do not add water or cold block. With high temperatures, can serve more water to make cold block a little more creamy. Wait about 15 minutes before using cold block. Cold block is designed to be used as an adhesive to assembly blocks, as a smoothing plaster up to 7-8 mm thickness and as a plaster up to 20 mm thickness to finish the wall. Normally, the ground over starting the installation of any wall is with irregularities and roughness. We suggest to build always a leveling layer to eliminate irregularities and roughness. For this reason, can use normal mortar or cold block. We suggest to spread over this first leveling layer a bituminous or a commercial rubber with the thickness of the block to be used. Then, proceed to spread cold block and to assemble the first row of Iberblock blocks. This suggested solution allows to perform 3 important functions: to create an elastic pad that reduces any stress on the wall, to make an acoustic insulation to cut sound waves, to prevent rising damp of any present water on the ground. We suggest to detach the block from the pillar. It is enough to leave at least 1 cm from the pillar. The installation of the first row of blocks involves the control of the correct position of any block through a spirit level in order to verify both plans of the block. Cold block must be placed on the vertical and horizontal joint of each block. We highlight that Iberblock tapping form facilitates the installation and alignment of the wall. Generally, it is true that in any building, yard wires are used to facilitate installation and alignment. Once the first row of blocks is correctly mounted, the installation of successive rows will be easy, fast, and simple. The workability of Iberblock is similar to wood's workability. This allows not to waste any part of block during the construction, being able to recover each piece with simple operations of sewing. It is good workmanlike to build the wall staggering vertical joints. We recommend the application of a thickness of cold block no less than 8 mm. This ensures the absorption of any disconnections between the blocks and, above all, you get a widespread joint distributed over the entire wall, which allows to absorb any thermal expansion and/or any settling verifiable during the technical life of the wall. Once set the block, simply place it by sliding it through the mellowness of cold block. The tapped male-female form facilitates the proper fit and makes a very fast installation. Once set the block, do not remove the block from the adhesive. Do not place the new block of dried adhesive surface. If that happens, there is no guarantee the correct installation. We suggest to fill the joints between the blocks. In general, at the construction site, this is done before the preparation of the surface finish of the wall. Attack the pillar should skim the joint with elastic products like polyurethane foam or silicone. Similarly, we recommend the creation of the technical joint between beams, floors, existing walls. The rustic wall is ready for subsequent works, which are the traces for piping and plumbing and wiring installations and the final surface finish. Hyperblock workability allows you to make tracks for electrical, plumbing, heating in a simple, fast and clean way. In the movie, we see the case of a track where housing for the tube to the electrical system. The operator uses a manual groover, but in building yard they can use a normal grooving machine. The track is performed with the required dimension and the wall remains undamaged and intact. The track generates very little waste. Since Hyperblock does not contain gypsum and employs little cement, the residue is a natural powder, sand and lime. The closing of the track is simple. If desired, you can knead cold block with the track's powder to close it, ensuring that no dirties are taken from the ground when recovering the powder. Building yard site cleanup is extraordinary and outstanding. Finally, we see the finish of wall by smoothing plaster with cold block, if internal house. The operator prepares a first layer of cold block of about 2 to 3 mm thick, on which he spreads the net for plaster. Then the final layer of at least 3 to 4 mm thick is applied. In case of external use, the recommended thickness is at least 12 mm and is carried out in 3 phases. First cold block layer, 5 to 6 mm, then the net for plaster, finally cold block layer 6 to 7 mm. The passage with wet wipe allows to obtain the final surface of the wall completely smooth, ready for painting. Alternatively, it can be carried out with a wet sponge to obtain the final surface of wall, wrinkled, ready for painting. For any further information, consult the manual installation on site www.hyperblock.it or contact our technical department.